How's it going, everyone? It's Vivi, and welcome back to some more Rehydrated footage. Welp, it appears that THQ Nordic shared footage back-to-back. This also did happen in April. Anyway, with that said, today we're gonna be looking at Goo Lagoon. This little sequence. What can we see? What are the differences? More details in the back, such as added coral, umbrellas, and you can also see the switch hanging off the balloons in the back. The camera is more zoomed in, and the question mark pole is not seen from this angle. But in the sequence prior to this, you do see it, but comparing it to the original, in this portion we don't see it. As per usual, everything just looks brighter. However, the poor fella getting struck by lightning, the original makes it look more brutal. The cloud now looks different as well. This shot right here, okay, it also tells us how much detailed it is now. Coral, again, and brighter sand. Goo Lagoon looking brighter is a welcomed addition, if I say so myself, because it's all about, beach setting, sunshine and all that. Oh, and hey, that right there is Mrs. Puff, in-game footage this time. Another thing I hope they tone down just looking at this area, that blue filter, or fog. I just feel like it'd look much nicer if we could see more of the background. But hey, all the footage they're showing currently, it's all early stuff. The kid with the balloons in the back, he's now purple. Just like the watermelon in the first sequence in this brand new trailer, you can also see the fire-breathing floater from a distance. Goo Lagoon Pier looks much more detailed from a distance as well. The cave area looks much more lush and full. I don't know about this one. I don't know whether to like the brighter looking caves or not. Because, it's a cave, it's supposed to be dark and stuff. What do you think? As for the sandcastle section, it looks pretty. Just the sun shining on the sand like that bright, it's fitting. And I love the added shadows. The bus stop. I believe this is the very first time we get to see it. Yes, the color has been changed. Now there is some weird phenomenon going on here. Like I said before, this is early footage, so don't worry about it. Oh, and Mr. Krabs. I see they fixed his pupils. Now they're at the center of both his eyes. Looking at the original, they were always upwards, like Mr. Krabs is always looking up towards the sky. Hey look, it's Scared Patrick. It's always funny how that small block of ice freezes the whole ocean like that. The Skybox just gives off a very Wonderland-ish vibe here. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Sure. Now looking at SpongeBob's color here, his contrast, it's less, and I absolutely love it. Okay, Vivi. Maybe SpongeBob looking, let's say, darker here. Maybe it has to do with the lighting. Go back here, where it's full of sunshine, and his contrast, it's still less than before. And speaking of toning down, any section that has motion, well, there's a white outline, right? On the corner of the screen. Now going back to this earlier trailer from April 16th, we can tell they lowered the brightness. Here's an example of that filter or fog I keep bringing up. Here, it just doesn't make it look appealing. Like the background, honestly, it just appears solid. As for the ice area, it now looks more opaque. But I don't think that's what's concerning. What's more worthy to think about is the ice physics. Some might say, Patrick looks too slow. But look, to be honest, we barely see Patrick sliding on ice. The way it cuts off, I'm not gonna be too quick to give my thoughts on it. But yeah, ice physics when it comes to remakes, it's always a big question, isn't it? Another little difference. The button hanging off the balloons, it's been given a different sign. Going back to the April 17th trailer, it was the hand. So it appears that yes, we are looking at later builds. I keep saying this is early footage, builds and stuff like that. Well, THQ Nordic over on Twitter did say that this trailer in particular is indeed early footage, but close to final. So it's still early, but it's getting there. They are still taking in feedback if you're ever curious, but the amount of feedback they're willing to take into account is not guaranteed due to the time and budget they have for this game. Some probably got scared by stuff like popping out on screen randomly, clipping, the bus especially, the enemy here, he just appears like that. So hopefully these things get fixed by then. The game hasn't gone gold yet, so there is still time. Like I said, although they're not going to consider all feedback, they are still willing to listen to some extent. Okay. So with that being said guys, this is it for the video. So as usual, share your own thoughts in the comments. And if you have any questions, feel free. Don't be afraid. I've been Vivi and thank you for watching.